everybody, and welcome to the Choo Choo. Oh, God. I am.
You want to go one more time?
No, it's fine.
The Choo Choo.
The Choo Choo. I'm like stretching a little bit.
You're getting in podcast form.
Yeah, no, it's been a weird week. I feel like I've been like paddling in circles this week just because, like, this coming week I am going on vacation, so I'm just like...
Oh, you gotta set everything else up before then, so that you're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. I still gotta fucking pack, though. I mean, I'm doing my laundry, so I'll pack after that, but, you know.
So this podcast is John's vacation eve.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, and then after the vacation, I gotta fucking move out, so it's gonna be hectic.
Oh. Yeah, so you're in for it.
Yeah. But I mean, good news is that I don't have that much shit. It's mostly just gonna be picking up what I have and putting it in a truck. That is what I'm just gonna have to do. It is not gonna be too difficult, I don't think. I just have to do it.
Are you gonna U-Haul across the country like the American dream?
So we'll see. Right now
I'm kind of excited. That sounds fun. Right
now I gotta move it back in with my parents for a little bit.
Yep.
So
yep.
We'll figure that out afterwards. I'll figure out exactly what I'm gonna do after that. But
that's always the first part of the American dream. That's what they said. They were like, 413 years ago, you have to move in back with your parents for a little bit before you move across the country and go to the Oregon Trail.
I don't know if I'm going to be moving across country. Look, everything is still very up in the air. I'm not going to say what's up exactly, but...
Oh, yeah.
For now, I'm
just here to make you dox yourself on your own podcast. Don't worry about it.
Right. Of course. I feel like at some point someone could just look up where I live and they come fucking kill me if they needed to.
That's fine. I'm a public employee. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Scariest thing ever was the first year on the job when one of my students told me my salary, and I was like, "Yep, that's the number." And they were like, "Why is it so little?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Pay your taxes."
Yeah. Well, folks, we've been here talking. It's the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm John. I'm the host. I'm here. With me this week is Solon. Solon, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I have recently got off Yakuza time. I've been playing Yakuza for I have the exact number. It's 67 hours, 14 minutes, and 44 seconds.
Holy hell.
Yakuza. And it's been nice. Today I woke up at a normal time for the Pacific time, and not on Japan time.
So, you've been, waking up, you've been scheduling your days as if you were living as, Kiryu here?
That was not the plan, but that's exactly what happened. It was, a day and a half ago when I realized, wait, I'm getting up at, 6 p.m. What time is that in Japan? Well, that's not totally normal time, but it's kind of close. I'm just, doing the schedule. I've been playing late nights for long amounts of time because I'm just really into the Yakuza. Mm-hmm. These games are what, I consider to be, one of the backbones of Chooch.
Mm.
Just, this podcast as a whole is into a lot of very specific Japanese games. And so, Danganronpa and Yakuza are two of the game series that I very tightly associate with the DNA of the video game Choo Choo. And so getting to actually dive into Yakuza finally is oh, this is what everyone's been talking about. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I say this not not to be oh well, we've always been so in touch, but I remember back when Yakuza 5 came out, before Yakuza really blew up, that was something that we were pretty excited to review and talk about.
Yep, you were right there.
Yes.
I get it now too, because I started by playing Yakuza 3, which is not the first Yakuza, but for a lot of people it was their first Yakuza. and getting to play like the old PS3 game, which is now it's the old PS3 game,
Hmm.
in a remastered format on the Xbox Game Pass. It's
Hmm.
good. It's good as hell.
Yeah.
It was such a clean experience, and it really put me in that mood that was like, oh yeah, there was a niche group of people that really liked the Yakuza 1 and 2, and they clamored for it, and they got 3 and then 4 and then 5, and now so many of these has come out that it's just become a big thing.
Hmm.
It was like Sega primed everything so that when Yakuza 1 and the Kiwami series came out, they were ready for huge hits.
I mean, I would more say it was a happy accident. Like,
Maybe, yeah.
it totally was. Just because, like, they had been putting these games out to less and less, like nobody was buying them.
Really?
It was, yeah. It was very much unpopular for a really long time. Like, I mean, there were fans. There were niche fans who were buying them, but it wasn't until Yakuza 0 came out over here, and I remember when it happened. It was specifically just because someone posted about about Nugget the chicken from the real estate minigame. And everyone was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this game? Why are you, like, hiring a chicken for your real estate minigame? And then everyone was just like, wait a minute. All of the games are like this. Hang on. And then it just blew up. Like, they were like, wait a minute. All of the games are this crazy and this funny and this, like, entertaining. Let's go back to all of these. And I think, like, 4 and 5 kicked off a bit, because 3 didn't really. But I think it was a perfect storm, though, just specifically because, like, they also did the remake of 1. Like, it was a really good 1-2 punch of, like, 0 taking off, because, I mean, 0 was also its own 1-2 punch, because it was just, it was a prequel, so it was before everything, so you didn't have to play the other ones, and it's also arguably the best in the entire series. So people just got primed to start to love this game. And then right after they play 0, there's a remake of the first one. So it just lined up really, really well. And it wasn't really, like, on purpose for them, because, like, 0 and Kiwami 1 were just kind of like anniversary games. So they kind of just did them to be like, all right, yeah, it's like, I think because 0 came out like a good while after it, or before it came out over here. Like, I think 0 was a PS3 game initially or something like that. And so, when they did Kiwami 1, it was, I think, specifically like a 10th anniversary game, and so they were like, all right, yeah, it lines up, sure.
That sounds right to me, yeah.
And they've explicitly said in interviews, like, we made Kiwami 2 because of how big a response things were, like,
yep.
the American audience, like, the American audience has changed quite a bit about Yakuza, and I think it's been, like, mostly for the better. Like, something that they said, I haven't played the remasters of 3, 4, and 5, so I guess I could throw this to you about it. But they explicitly went through, and I know that they edited out some of the more like, jokes in that game, because something that a lot of people that I knew would always say about Yakuza is, like, yeah, like, Yakuza's great, but there's always, like, one transphobic bit in these games, like, just always. And, like, after it started getting popular overseas, like, the director straight up said, like, yeah, we got a lot of people who, like, wrote in from America who said it wasn't cool, and we listened. Like, I remember him like, explicitly saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that was something that, if I remember correctly, they said they went back through 3, 4, and 5 and edited that. I'm not 100% sure, though. But they said that they were at least gonna, like, allow the translators to, like, patch things up if they saw fit. So that was that.
I believe everything that I've seen has been really great, since in Yakuza you're working with a lot of the red light district and a lot of sex workers. So trans workers come up pretty often, especially in 4 and 5, and have their own side quests and stuff. But I haven't hadn't seen anything too specific to point out. The part is, though, that it is a Japanese sex worker scene, so there is some parts where they purposely don't translate because it's, part of that culture. And so I don't know how to, I don't, like, if they are saying Japanese slurs at me, I do not know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance of that. Again, I couldn't tell you exactly what they're doing.
I don't think they are, though.
Fair. Yeah, like I said,
it seems very on the up and up.
Yeah,
and they've taken care of that.
And I definitely feel like you haven't played 7 yet, but just with 7, like, not to spoil anything for you, but I don't think they did like a flawless job of it, but they definitely went a lot more populist with 7 in that, like, they were very much people look down on sex workers and the homeless and, like, a lot of people in, like, the red light district area, but they are absolutely just people, and they shouldn't be, like, it's the sort of thing where it's just like, if you don't want people to be homeless, if you don't want people doing sex work, they're sex work's fine, whatever, but B, if they feel like they have to turn to this, there should be, like, a way to allow them to get out of it, like, if this is something that is, like, their only option, there should just be an option to not have to, struggle to get by, like, that is something that Yakuza 7 talks about, and, like, that's, like, a driving force behind a lot of what that game is. And, like, going from, earlier, like earlier in the series being like, yeah, there's at least one bad trans joke in this game, to, like, being like, yeah, sex workers are people and they're doing work, and if you're gonna talk shit about them, then I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Like, that is, like, I feel like that's a pretty big step.
And the whole Yakuza series that I've gotten through so far with 3, 4, and 5 has been really exciting with, like, they haven't let up on that. Just the idea that, hey, people become organized criminals because of factors way outside of their control. And from that point, once you get past that, then it becomes about their individual character. They don't judge someone for being a Yakuza. They don't judge people for being sex workers. They don't even, they make this illusion in the 5th one that, you know what criminal activity for kids looks like? That's right, the idol scene. And there's a whole section where you're playing as an idol. And that's when I started calling it the Girl Mafia. You join the Girl Mafia, and they're very much like, they're not judging you for joining Girl Mafia. Girl Mafia is sick as hell. It's awesome. You get to get on stage and sing and dance, and everyone cheers for you. There's also a lot of other stuff that's involved with that might be dangerous. And so it's been really cool and exciting going through it, because I was just like, yeah, I'm going to play a brawler where I fight as a Yakuza guy. And it's like, the game is very much like, no, you're going to live a life. And I'm like, oh, I was not ready to live so many lives.
Yeah, I legitimately think Kiryu is one of the best video game characters of all time, period. Like, just the way that you dive into his entire life and just how he is... Yeah, like, he is such a fascinating character, and just the way that, like his morals are woven into the game. Like, it's very hilarious when you think about it, that he's this, like, that he's this hardened criminal, but he's also, like, one of the most morally just characters in that entire world. It's very funny. It's just like, yeah, he's supposed to be, like, this god of a criminal, but also he, like, never does anything wrong. It's very funny.
He understands you have a duty to your community, and a duty to your family.
Yeah.
And if you break those, you can't get those back. And so when he sees other people taking shortcuts that goes against that duty, that's when he snaps. That's when you get the bad eyes.
Yeah,
that's when he takes the jacket off.
Yeah, that's when he turns blue, Yeah. It's good.
Fast and the Furious has been the meme this week. Like, everyone's all about the new Fast and the Furious movie. And so it happened while I'm playing this other game that's extremely about found families. and orphans. A lot of orphans.
A lot of
in
orphans.
this series.
Yeah.
They are so. Kiryu gets so excited when he gets to reveal to someone that he used to be an orphan.
It's like, folks,
You don't have parents either? I don't have parents.
I still can't get over that. Like, like Kiryu is that character design. He is that extremely pissed off looking man, and then he runs Sunshine Orphanage. It's so good. It's so
They don't
good.
stop doing that either. He keeps showing up other places, and like he's got like a mask on and sunglasses, and you're like, you're Cosmic Kiryu, you're the fourth dragon of the Dojima, right? And he's like, no, I'm not.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. And I am really excited to see you get to 7, just because, like, I think that the writing really peaked at 7, which is super surprising, because I feel like you would think that, you know, after making so many games that they would start to run out of ideas, but I do think that switching characters did a lot for that series, and I am honestly kind of glad that they aren't focusing on Kiryu anymore. Like, I think they do a good job passing the torch in that game, like an incredible job, like one of the best passing of the torches in any games I have seen. Yakuza is so fucking good. It's so good.
Really is. And so I'm playing this in a specific order before we, spin out and have this be the Yakuza podcast forever. Okay. I'm playing this in development order, which, as I've called it, is 3, 4, 5. So I'm starting with number 3. Okay. And then going back to Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, before going to 6 and 7.
Okay.
And from everything that I've played and everything that I know about what's coming up next, I think this might be an ideal way to play it. Not necessarily the ideal, but Yakuza 3 is an incredible starting point. They give you everything you could possibly need to know about Yakuza 1 and 2 in the first 20 minutes in like this really concise wrap-up that you get to play through. And it gives you all the motivations that Kiryu has as he's going into his, next part of his Yakuza life. And on top of that, you get into the series by going through 4 and 5, which are games that are made in reaction to 3 and don't necessarily stand on their own, but they're also pretty long. They're big, meaty games.
They are
and
long.
So when it comes to Yakuza 5 especially, I am feeling very much by the end of this like, I really just want to be Kiryu again. And so now I'm going into Yakuza 0, which, as people have said, is like this extremely huge watershed moment for the whole series. And it's like, oh, good. I've got 4 and 5 behind me. I can just go through 0, which is a huge game, and have a great time. And I've got all the momentum to just finish things up for Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, and then going forward again to 6. And that could be my little, pre-go before 7.
Right.
Which is huge, which is very long, because it's a big RPG game. And so
yeah,
it's like, if I had gone in just chronological order, 0 through 7, I would have gotten stuck at 4 and 5. Just because they're long, they're meaty, and they put you in a situation by the end where you really haven't been Kiryu very much, which at the time was great, but now I would love to be Kiryu for a very long time, so that by the time I get to 7, it feels special again,
Right.
And so it's been an incredible order for seeing how Sega develops their systems, all the way down to like their crane games developing between 3, 4, and 5, and the golf mini game developing and getting better every iteration of 3, 4, and 5. It's like, even between these very small groupings, this kind of like modified trilogy order, like it's a Star Wars series, is working to see how these mini games develop, and it's been great.
That is an interesting way to do it. Yeah, that I probably would not have done it that way, but because like
I don't
always
have to deal with the backtrack. So like 3, 4, and 5 have the earliest combat system where you just mash X, you just hit the smash that Y button to do your special attacks and call it a day. I don't have to switch stances or anything. And so once I go back to Yakuza 0, from then on, the entire series, everything I have left to play is that mode, that style.
Yeah, it's all the stances and stuff.
It feels like I get to build upwards in the systemic way instead of the plot way, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am definitely interested to hear more about your feelings with this series because, yeah, it is definitely one of my favorite series in games. So, it's really cool to hear you talking about it, Solon.
I punched a giant bear.
You did, yeah. You sure did.
Look, I punched a giant. It's a huge bear. They just let you slug it.
Mm-hmm. You do. It's great.
What's the news? What's up? How you been doing, John?
I'll be honest, I didn't really play too many video games because I've just been really busy. Yeah. I have futzed around with SMT Apocalypse more, but I don't really have anything to say about that per se.
Still building up for SMT 5?
Yeah, I mean, God, I am... I feel
another
like I'm
one of these series, Shin Megami Tensei, another one like the Yakuza series, being a Japanese game that suddenly has huge following because of Persona, and that built up over like 7 different iterations of RPGs.
I mean, I wouldn't say that SMT itself, mainline SMT, has blown up. I kind of feel like 5...
It will now, though.
Yeah,
that
5
was
might.
Hot.
Yeah, 5 might just because it's on Switch. Like...
Oh, yeah.
The Switch just turns anything into gold. Like, Metroid is gonna sell huge. Like, Nintendo is gonna be like, what the fuck? Why is Metroid selling like crazy? Because it's on the Switch. Like, that's why.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted that mainline Metroid has not sold well in a very long time.
No. I mean, I don't think it ever has, you know? Like, it's never been a big franchise. Like,
you're right.
You know,
it might not have ever sold well.
Like, you know, like
numbers, but...
Yeah, like Metroid Prime and like Super Metroid and, you know, the GBA ones, those are all considered like classics, but like I'm telling you, like Dread is gonna be fucking huge, especially because that kind of seems like that's gonna be their big end of the year release almost. Like it's like that and Pokemon, which I don't think I don't know what to think about Pokemon because it's like, of course that's gonna sell well. It's Pokemon, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, geez, I just pulled up the Metroid numbers. It's not looking great.
No, but
Metroid sales were never, ever
They
good.
were never good. No, especially not in Japan. That was the whole thing, was that, like, Nintendo was always like, who fucking cares about this franchise? It is, like, nobody bought it, especially not over here. Who cares? But I think Dread has a chance to be a really big seller. Like, that blew up on social media, you know? Like, I saw a lot of drawings of that fucking crazy colored Samus suit. You know, I saw a lot of art, and that was just telling me, like, okay, no, this is gonna be fucking huge. This is gonna be the big game when that comes out. So, yeah, the Switch is gonna save Metroid. I bet SMT will maybe sell more than it normally will, but honestly, I feel like it's still not going to be gigantic because those games are really hard. Like, they have such a history behind them, you know, like, and there's also a lot of fans who have been assholes about it for years and years and years. You know, there's the why don't you play a real Shin Megami Tensei meme that has been around for a decade. Like, that series does carry some baggage. But it does kind of seem like with 5 they are trying to make it a little bit more palatable. Like, Apocalypse definitely feels like they tried to make it more palatable for better or worse, and I hope that 5 goes in a better direction than Apocalypse. Like, I don't think Apocalypse is bad or anything, but there's definitely some stuff where I'm just like, you maybe went a little too far with this, you know? You gotta tighten this up a little bit. I hope that 5 really figures it out, but I also hope that, you know, I hope that there isn't a bunch of drama if they make it too easy or whatever, or if, you know, too many people compare it to Persona. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I don't think it's gonna blow up or anything. I don't think SMT is suddenly gonna be like, oh my god, but, you know, people are gonna keep drawing the fucking main character, you know, like, that's not gonna stop everyone's horny for the main character. They either want to fuck the main character, be fucked by the main character, or transform into the main character and get fucked. Like, those are the three options. So that's...
I'm glad I don't need to do any of them, because I already am them.
There you go. You're good.
They just made me and put me in the game. It was very nice of them.
There you go.
I'm looking for the paycheck, but that's fine. They can take their time. I know Atlas is busy.
Yeah, I mean, they got to finish the game, you know? You'll get your royalties.
Thank you.
Yeah. It does look really good, though. I am looking forward to it.
I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look like Persona at all, and that's all I care about. I'm not a Persona fan at all.
I am a Persona fan, unfortunately.
When I look at SMT in the past and I look at Persona as it was, there just are different angles of very nerdy niche things that I get why people love them. I am definitely not about like being like, you shouldn't like that. But I don't see any of that in the newest Shin Megami Tensei stuff. And that's why I see like this kind of like they've come out of a shell that in the end I think is going to work so well for them, in the same way that I saw Fire Emblem do that. Where they started just pushing like, all right, this is what SMT is about. We want to see cool characters getting into cool situations with wild looking monsters. And that road ended up taking them through like the mobile game, the SMT mobile game. That was a pretty, popular SMT thing that kind of gave people a really good look at like, oh, this is what the series is about, and started getting people to go back through the backlog of SMT games. And so I think that by going through that route, they've found an identity that is going to take them really far. I think it's going to do really well.
They're using those
excited to see me.
They're using those menus from Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is
good
are. Because those menus are really good.
Yup.
It was just extremely funny, like, seeing the, like, battle UI and the menus and all that, and just being like, that's the Tokyo Mirage Sessions menus, what the hell? And just, it's great, though. I'm excited for that game.
Did anyone note that Tokyo Mirage Sessions is just SMT backwards?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I just can't be the only one.
I mean,
Blessed.
Yeah, that game is alright, too. I think the dungeons are probably pretty weak, but I don't know. TMS is alright.
They're taking the right lessons from the right places.
Yeah, totally. This feels like they are going, okay, what can we learn from what worked in... I think they took some stuff from SMT3, some stuff from 4, especially for, like, their stuff from 3, because that is why I think they did that remaster, was because they were like, okay, let's like go over this game again. Let's see what worked from this, so we could apply it to 5, because there's some stuff that like the moon cycles and stuff, I think, were from 3, and then there's some stuff that they took from 4, there's some stuff that they took from Persona, and there's some stuff that they took from Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I think this is just like a big, like, conglomeration of like the last like 20 years of Shin Megami Tensei of all colors, and I think that's a really smart way to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, speaking of the Nintendo Switch, we could talk about some news real quick here. So there was all kinds of rumors about there being a Nintendo Switch Pro.
Yep, it was going to have 4 arms, and it was going to have 500 frame per second graphics on a 13 to 17 inch screen. It was going to have flip phone capabilities. Everyone had so many thoughts on what this was going to be.
I mean, from what people were saying, it was going to be like a 4K device that had a better chipset, et cetera, et cetera. That did not happen. At least not yet. At least not yet. So Nintendo has announced a new version of the Switch that is called the Nintendo Switch OLED model. They are just calling it the OLED model. No fancy name. It is just the OLED model. Because the only real difference is that it has an OLED screen. It has a slightly bigger screen that's OLED instead of LCD. It is a 7-inch screen instead of a 6.2-inch screen. It has a better kickstand for the console, which is actually nice. I like that. It's like it's the full like back of the console instead of just that like little kickstand that sucks and never works right. They have better built-in speakers. They have 64 gigs of internal storage, which is double what the current model has. And funnily enough, they added a LAN port to the dock, which was something that was not in the original Switch, which is barbaric. They have not changed anything else on the inside, though. There is no 4K, there is no better chipset, there's none of that. And
The
they
Joy-Cons
are
are the same Joy-Cons.
same
Get those
Joy-Cons, yeah. They're charging $50 more, though. It is $350.
That all seems fine. That seems normal for the Switch, for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, a new model. There was a lot of folks making a lot of takes all over the place that this was a disaster, or this was great, or this was this and that, and I'm just like, yeah, they're doing business.
Yeah, this is, not something for me. This isn't something for someone who has a Switch already. This is for people who haven't bought one yet, or if you're like someone who wants to upgrade it and then like give someone else in your family your old Switch. It's just that sort of thing. This isn't something that you need to like rush out to get.
That's fine. That's why they announced it in the middle of June, July. Like,
yeah,
if they really wanted to make something happen, they would have announced it months ago so that we could prepare you for winter.
Yeah, if this was a big thing that they were gonna hype up, if this was a big update, they would have done it at E3. Who knows, though? There's still a lot of people talking and saying that they're probably going to have to do an upgrade anyway. Jeff Grubb is always talking about stuff. That is that guy's gimmick. He's always talking about crazy leaks and shit. But
I love my gimmick being talking about stuff.
He loves to talk about that crazy shit.
I want to see Jeff Grubb's bio change to being, I'm always talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Come here to see me talk about stuff.
I mean, he's on like 15 different podcasts now. Like,
I bet.
No, he does literally 5 podcasts and then he guests on like any other podcast. We could probably ask him to be on here and he'd be
Let's
like,
get him on.
All right.
Grubbing it up with Jeff Grubb.
He seems super nice. I'd be down for it.
He does seem super nice. Like, normally we talk about like, oh, here's the leaks, and John doesn't say where the leaks come from because you don't want to talk about some of these folks. And Jeff Grubb's a really nice guy.
No, he seems cool.
Know. I've enjoyed seeing him and his takes on things.
Yeah. But he has been talking about how like he has heard that if they were going to do some sort of like actual upgrade, it would be next year, which does make sense. There's all this talk of like chip shortages and like problems with all that. So, maybe Nintendo's just waiting for like the pandemic stress to cool off more, and then they'll put out an actual like upgrade next year, probably for like Breath of the Wild 2. That sounds like something that they could be like, hey, look, here's our big Zelda sequel. They could market it as like a brand new console even. They could be like, yeah, this is a Switch 2. They could say it's an actual upgrade besides just being like it's a hardware upgrade. It is a new console. They might do that. I don't know.
Regardless, they're going to do that. Because they're still in the mindset of this being like the DS and the 3DS, where we just put out new models of it every other year or so.
Yeah, like if they do a big up like this right here feels like the DS XL, like this is just the bigger one, but like next year they're probably going to do their DSi sort of thing, here's the big upgrade that'll have the games run better, and maybe there will be like a handful of exclusives, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is just going to work on Switch Pro, or it'll run like ass on the original Switch, so you want to play this on the new Switch, like that might be what they do. I don't know, but for now,
wasn't there also about this new OLED? Wasn't there scuttlebutt about like some of the games not transitioning right to the new screen? Not that it matters. If you have it docked, you have it docked.
Yeah,
but, in portable mode is because the screen is bigger. Isn't there like some weird screen
Uh,
issues with some older games?
the only thing I saw is they basically said that like Labo and VR stuff wouldn't work because it's a bigger console, so you can't fit it in the
Right.
Labo anymore.
Oh, of course. Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that seems to kind of be the case, but they like Nintendo's basically like moved on from Labo. They like discontinued it and everything, so I don't think they have to worry too much about that. But if you are interested in picking this up, it is coming out October 8th, which is the same day as Metroid Dread, so you could buy a new Switch and a new game. That's how
That's
they're
how they
doing it.
get you.
Yeah. There you go. Pick that up. Our next bit of news here is just some dumbass bullshit that went down. Some real stupid ass stuff that some dumb asshole did.
Don't talk about the Sony state of play like that.
No, I'm not gonna say that. That's not what I'm
Ah.
talking about. I'm talking about this soccer dude. So, Anton Griezmann is a soccer player for Barcelona.
Yeah, okay.
He was hired by Konami to be an ambassador for not just PES games, as you would expect from a soccer player, but he was also hired to be an ambassador for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, is he a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan?
I don't think so. There is a picture of him wearing a dual disc, which is really funny, but
Okay, that rules.
I don't think he's been like out there talking about like being a big Yu-Gi-Oh head. But they were going to like have him travel around and do like promotional things, and they also announced that they were going to turn him into a card. They
Oh,
are
they're gonna. Isn't that a part of Yu-Gi-Oh plot? Like you get banished to the Shadow Realm and you turn into a playing card?
Well, he's probably going to get banished to the Shadow Realm now because there was some footage from last year has arisen that shows Griezmann as well as another player from his team in a hotel room, like getting a PS4 hooked up so they could play PES and mocking the staff of the hotel in a racist way. Because I guess they were like in an Asian country, so they were like making like comments about their accents and all that dumb bullshit.
No!
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no!
to their faces. It was not good.
Oh.
So Konami pretty quickly once this came out, kicked him out as the ambassador. I guess he is not going to have a card now. They have canceled the contract. You know, like in like a year or two, there's probably just going to be like a very generic like soccer player monster that comes out, and everyone's going to be like, okay, this was going to be this guy, but they swapped it out. That is probably what will happen. But
They should put the Dark Magician in. He can play soccer.
Yeah, just have soccer playing Dark Magician.
That would be awesome. Who would be the best soccer player in the like out of the mascot characters of Yu-Gi-Oh? You could have Karibo in a little ref outfit with a whistle.
That'd be pretty cute. I could see like
Dark Magician Girl would be fierce on the soccer field.
Yeah,
I women's soccer is like one of the most violent sports in the world, and
see the fucking
she would kill.
The Harpy Lady Sisters would be good out in the field too. Yeah, they could be like Dark Magician Girl's rivals.
Do you think they'd all play on the same part of the field, or would it be like a midfielder, defender, goalie kind of situation?
Look, there's enough Harpy Ladies, they could fill a whole team.
Harpy Lady winning 11.
Yeah, because I'm not just talking about, like, the three sisters. I mean, there's, like, the Harpy Channeler, the Harpy Perfumer, the Harpy Queen. There's a lot of Harpies.
The dragon is in the back. The dragon's the goalie.
Harpy's pet dragon's the goalie. Yeah.
This big lug.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you are a Yu-Gi-Oh! Ambassador, maybe don't be racist. That's your hot pro tip from me, John,
Yeah.
to everyone
And even
trying
if
to
you're
be an
not,
ambassador.
if you're perhaps playing for Barcelona's football club and going around the world, it might not make good business sense or be in good ethics at all to be racist.
I mean,
Especially to the wait staff. Oh,
if you're just like alive every day,
uh-huh.
you shouldn't be racist. That
It's
is how
bad
we're
business sense.
yeah, if we're just gonna narrow it down, the true narrowing down is just don't be a fucking racist. Don't be a fucking asshole like this guy was. He doesn't deserve
You're worse than
any of
Yami
the things that he's
Bakura.
getting. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. You are as bad as uh
At least I'm not as bad as Antoine Griezmann of Barcelona FC.
Yeah, I may want to send you to the Shadow Realm, but at least I'm not doing it because I hate you because of your race. I just hate you because I'm evil. That's what he'd say.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Solon, tell me about being a pirate.
I'm going to tell you about being a pirate, because I've not just been playing Yakuza. I know that's been 67 hours of my life, but I've been playing other games. And the Sea of Thieves just announced, they had an announcement at E3 where it was like, hey, we're going to do a fun, pirate expansion with the Sea of Thieves where we're going to put in Pirates of the Caribbean. And you get to hang out with Jack Sparrow. And it's like, oh? This was, in a normal expansion, like a tie-in like this wouldn't kind of be like a big thing, but you gotta understand, the Sea of Thieves is empty. And not in a bad way, not in a Wind Waker kind of way, where it's a big ocean, and there's a lot you can stick in there, and if you stick the right thing in there, it becomes some entirely different game in just that one specific part of the game. Because Sea of Thieves is like this big pirate MMO, there's a lot of easy ways now, because they've done so much to build it out. There's so many ways that they can just slot in cool and interesting content to expand things out. They have proved it with this one. So they put out this new expansion called A Pirate's Life. And what I was expecting was a little like, yo ho, doing the like Disneyland ride kind of thing. And then Jack Sparrow shows up and you go fight a Kraken or something. But that was not at all what they had planned. So what I've gotten to do so far, and there's a little bit more outside of it, but the Pirate's Life is almost entirely like its own enclosed thing that you are supposed to be playing with a small group. It is not a public online MMO kind of thing. It is, you are in an instance with you and whoever's in your crew to do PvE kind of things. And the quests that they bring you on, they take you all around the afterlife. You do a lot of like Davy Jones quests, and then like the ferry keeper's like, what the hell are you doing here? What? You're not dead. You should go. You should really not be here right now. And then Davy Jones shows up to mess with the ferryman, and you're like, I really shouldn't be here right now. And you basically follow part way the Jerry Bruckheimer movies and part way the Disneyland ride and related like the extended universe of Jack Sparrow, not including the Kingdom Hearts stuff. And while I was going through this, I'm having a good time, because it's just like, oh yeah, we do kind of the same kind of quests that you would do in Sea of Thieves, where it's like, you gotta kill a bunch of sharks attacking you, kill a bunch of this or that guy, here's a boss fight in a little room, solve some puzzles, and follow a treasure map. And then we get to the third of the set of 6 Tall Tales. And they set these quests up as Tall Tales. A Tall Tale's about like an hour and a half to maybe even 3 hours of like content. It's just a chunk where they send you on a quest and you start it and you go through it with your crew. The third adventure is a 1-for-1 retelling, rescaling within the Sea of Thieves universe of the Pirates of the Caribbean Disneyland ride. And it is so incredible that they were able to pull off not only the feeling of being immersed in Pirates of the Caribbean, but feeling like you are literally on the ride at the same time in a boat that you made your boat yourself. And so they take you beat for beat through all of the set pieces in the ride, but because you're playing it yourself, it stretches out for like 90 minutes plus of like, there were many points where we were playing through it and it feels like the ride broke down because we're just hanging out with the set pieces from the Disneyland ride. And so I have not had so much of a nostalgic rush for in any kind of game like that since doing this. It's unbelievable. It was probably one of the coolest things I've done in the Sea of Thieves, and that's a game where you literally sit on a boat for 4 hours waiting for a cool thing to naturally happen. And so that whole expansion, it's absolutely it's one of the coolest things I've done. It's probably going to be one of the coolest things I do this year, just because the way that they managed to pull this off, the presentation of it, and how very real it is. They pull no punches all the way down to you know how maybe you don't know, A Pirate's Life, the Pirates of the Caribbean ride's been redesigned a couple of times, and so there's some of the parts of that ride which still use the old audio from the 60s, from the 70s, and there's some that are like new audio clips that are, a little more modern. And part of the charm of riding that ride, because it's all charm, there's not really any like thrill or action to what is essentially a big thematic log flume. It's all charm, and that all goes into this. Every single voice line that's in this section of the ride, or the quest that you're on, it's the exact audio from the ride. And they do things to make it feel like it's naturally looping, as even better than the ride itself. Because if you've ever been on the ride, it has broken down, which I have done that before.
Oh yeah.
Once it breaks down, you see all of the strings attached. You see all of how the lights work, and like the magic is absolutely gone in the funniest ways. And in this game, it's not like that. It just, you're there, and it feels like you're in that zone, going into like a Spanish fort in a Spanish town, and going through all of the different buildings that normally you can't go to because you're stuck in a log flume on the Disneyland ride. But in this game, they actually did it in a way where if you were ever a kid and you asked, I wonder what's in that building, they answer it in this game. And they answer it in a really substantial way. And so it blew my mind. And it was probably just one of the most special games experiences I'm going to have this year. And if anyone hasn't started the Sea of Thieves, that's a really good place to do it. That whole part of it teaches you how to play the game. And I can see like parents playing this with kids and just losing their shit when they get to this part of the game.
All right.
One of those things that I definitely want to share with kids. I want to be like, hey, check this out.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
They'll blow their minds, and I'll blow my mind again. We actually played through it multiple times.
Huh?
We were like, let's ride it again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's
fun.
It's really cool that they very much were just like, yeah, we are big fans of this ride, so we wanted to bring the experience home. That is really cool.
Oh god, and the quest ends in the same exact place that the ride ends, where then Jack Sparrow shows up at the end. After you've chased him through the ride, which is how the reworked version of the ride works now. And he shows up in the same exact seat that he sits in the ride and says the exact same lines. And instead of just sitting there and trying to redeliver the lines for the next boat behind you, he gets up and walks away. And it was like, oh shit, there's still 3 more stories after this. And they all involve this moment right here.
Yeah.
And so it was cool.
It's good.
I was blushing the entire time with that nostalgia feeling you feel where your cheeks get all hot. Nostalgia, rosacea.
All right. We got two more bits of news here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. We got Sony State of Play, the PlayStation Play State. They should have just called it the Play State. The Play State on.
The state of denial.
Mm-hmm.
State
Folks.
of don't play games.
Folks, did you play Moss on the PlayStation VR? No.
No. Yes, actually, yes. Yeah? I did. It's super cute.
I haven't played it.
As far as I understand, a pretty popular VR game, which is, the VR itself isn't popular, but a lot of people played Moss because it was one of the first PS Plus games, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. It was the first one that people seemed to care about. Anyway, they're doing a 2. They're doing it again.
Good for them.
Got Moss Book 2. You're playing as that rat again. Mouse, whatever the hell it is.
That darn rat! Getting
Fucking
into
rat.
adventures again.
Again.
What kind of hijinks could they be up to in Moss 2?
I don't know. You'll find out.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Arcadegeddon, which is a multiplayer shooter. That has early access. That's there. I guess you could play it early access on your PlayStation because it was shown on PlayStation.
So not Carmageddon.
No, Arcadegeddon. Arcadegeddon.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It'll fully launch next year. They had a post-launch trailer for Tribes of Midgard. I don't really know anything about that, but all right. There's Hunter's Arena Legends, which they are saying is an RPG MOBA.
You're saying a lot of names for games that I have no idea were coming out. Wait, is the State of Play actually, announcing games for once?
Kinda. Some of it. I don't know if all of it's new. Like Tribes of Midgard is post-launch. I think that's been out. But Hunter's Arena Legends is a very generic name. That is a very bad name for a video game. That is a bad name. Then we got Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. That is that 2D Metro. That's that 2D Metrovania where you're like a rabbit with a big ass fist. You got like a mecha fist on your body.
Cool.
That is coming out September 7th. That is going to be a PS4, PS5 game. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and PC as well. Then they delayed Sifu, which that was the game that was by the people that made the other martial arts game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the big super stylish one.
Yeah, one of the other PS Plus classics.
Yeah,
when they put
it was
that on there,
I think it started with an A.
Hot.
I don't remember.
It did.
But it is the same people. It has been delayed till next year, which makes sense. But the thing that they showed in the trailer is that I guess every time you get killed, it's Absolver. That was the game.
That's the one.
Yeah. Every time you get knocked out in this game, your character ages, and at a certain point, you just die of old age. And then you get a new character. That is the gimmick for this, I guess.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, they said that.
I remember playing the original Legend of Zelda has the ticker on it where it counts how many times you died, and the rumor that I always lived with was that if you died more than 155 times, the bit would count back to 0 and you would lose your save file. And I was struggling on the last dungeon with the Dark Nuts and the Ganon, and I got to 145 and I was like, I'm done. I will not finish this game. Have no idea how it ends. Might be a good ending. Who knows?
I couldn't tell
you.
Ganon
took over as far as I know.
Yeah. Return of Ganon. But that is coming out PS4, PS5, PC sometime next year.
That's cool. I like that gimmick. That's fun. So they're putting out just like, hey, it's coming out later, but also here's some new news on it.
Yeah. They did also say that you don't, like, lose power as you get older, so it's not like, oh, you die a bunch and then you're, like, 80 and you just get your ass beat again. Like, no, it seems like you can still fight. It's just, I guess it might just be cosmetic.
I'm looking forward to my 80-year-old ass clapping that I deserve.
Yeah. In the game or in real life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Then they had Jet the Far Shore, which is by Super Brothers, if you remember Sword and Sorcery. Yeah. This is the new game that they are working on. It's a sci-fi game where you're flying around in a spaceship or walking around a planet, just exploring and stuff. Yeah.
That's a big upgrade from Sword and Sorcery, which is a gorgeous game and a beautiful soundtrack, and definitely not intense. Known for its intense gameplay.
Look, I liked Sword and Sorcery, but the one thing that people took from that game, which I will never forget, is that, like, art style for the characters, the, like, square body, tiny head, long arms and legs that are all, like, noodly. I can't stand that art style, and so many people used it. It's so bad. I'm glad that they're not doing something like that again. They're just using 3D models. That's fine. I thought it was, like, fine in Sword and Sorcery, but so many people copied that, and it was so bad for a while. It was really bad.
I don't mean to, like, take that from you, but I'm looking at Jet, the Far Shore that they're making right now, and they definitely have a lot of characters with blocky bodies and noodly limbs. They are 3D models now, but I can see you put one on top of the other and have a little. Yeah,
that's fine. If Super Brothers are gonna do it, I'm not gonna be pissed about it.
No, I'm so excited that they've grown in such a way. That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Making space games.
Yeah. Space games. They showed some Demon Slayer, which is the CyberConnect game based on the anime of the same name.
They just had that big movie come out, right?
Yeah, the Mugen Train movie, which a lot of people really liked. Demon Slayer is pretty good. If it's a good shonen. It is just a shonen ass shonen, but I'd say it is on the high end of that. Especially the anime, because the anime is a UFO table show, and that means it's very well animated. Like those are the people that do all the Fate shows, and those are always really gorgeous.
From my interpretation, as having never seen it, Demon Slayer has fully replaced Naruto in my middle school in such a way where I don't see kids running around with headbands anymore, which still was awesome.
They got the jackets.
Like 2 years ago. Now they got the jackets.
The green jackets, yeah, exactly.
And the jackets they're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool, yeah. It is absolutely, like, the big shonen right now. It is legitimately one of the biggest franchises in the entire world, which is really interesting because they right after it blew up like crazy, it ended. The mangaka ended the series. Like,
really?
It's not even that long. So
wow, what?
There's probably only going to be like another like season or two of the anime. Like it's not a super long thing. It's not like a Naruto or One Piece where it's going to go on forever. It's done. Like the mangaka is going to make a new thing after this, which
that's really cool. Actually,
I respect it. Yeah,
I've always wanted to see how that would work. I always wanted to know, like, what if Naruto ended after, it didn't go on to make Shippuden and do all that stuff. Oh, this is going to be that answer. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, so I mean, I think
they'll have spin-offs. Someone's going to take over.
Yeah, there's usually something like that, but it really seems like they're going to do something new, the mangaka. So that'll be something. But I mean, that's kind of what happened with Chainsaw Man, except there's, I guess, going to be a part 2, but it might be like a completely different thing in some way. It's very odd the way that Chainsaw Man happened, because like Chainsaw Man is not long. It's like 50 something chapters. I read through it in one night. So
Yeah.
that was like I feel like that's gonna be the next thing that blows up though, because that anime is gonna come out and it's gonna be fucking huge. Like it's already really big just from the manga, and when that anime hits, Chainsaw Man's gonna be fucking huge. So yeah, keep your eyes on that one, I guess.
Ready for all my middle schoolers to be really into Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, that one that one's gonna be for your more I guess your more mature middle schoolers though, because that is
that happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I read some kind of raunchy stuff when I was in middle school, but yeah, it was like Chainsaw Man's got an aesthetic that's still really fucking rad, and yeah, it's cool. Sega also showed off some of Lost Judgment. They showed some of the dub. It looks like Judgment. It looks like Yakuza, you know?
Yeah, that Lost Judgment.
Yeah, Solon, are you interested in trying the Judgment games as well? I know those aren't, has Original Judgment even come out on Xbox? I don't even know. But, I'm
pretty sure it has. I think it's there. I don't have any plans for any of the spin-offs. I don't have, Dead Souls, I think, is the other one.
Yeah, Dead Souls is a weird game. That I understand you not playing, but
because the goal is to get through all 8 of these giant open world video games in a month. I'm trying to beat them by the end of July.
Don't do that to yourself. So, yeah,
I'm gonna give a little air to Judgment, or else I might lose my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I would say maybe eventually you could go back to them. Because basically they have said that they're going to continue the Judgment franchise as the beat 'em up games. Like Yakuza is going to be RPGs from now on, and Judgment is going to be in the style of the old Yakuza games.
Cool. Okay, that's fun.
Because I mean,
still got that style.
Yeah, because I mean, from now on, Ichiban's going to be the main character, and Ichiban's not going to all of a sudden drop the RPG gimmick. So.
Although he might suddenly drop dead, so that could happen at any point too.
Yeah, I guess so. And then the last 2 things they showed a little bit more information about Death Stranding Director's Cut, which did get announced at the Game Awards a while ago. It's going to be out September 24th. And if you already own Death Stranding, you only got to drop $10 on the upgrade, which is a pretty good deal, I would say. They added some new mechanics to the combat. There's a firing range. There is a racing mode. There's just straight up a fucking a kart racing mode in this now.
Kart racing. I figured when it said racing, they meant you got to pick these packages up and move them over there faster than your opponent can.
No, you're in a car and you're racing against somebody on a track.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's some new boss fights they're adding, and I guess some more story beats they've also added as well. It is a director's cut. They are adding more to the game. Seems pretty alright.
I'm way more interested in any kind of systems they're adding to this, because when I hear director's cut, it's wait, Kojima, could you not fit everything into the last Death Stranding? Because you got an entire studio just so that you could put
He had a blank check. Yeah, what the fuck did he do,
What got left on the cutting room floor? Now, if there were systems that got left on the cutting room floor, I would completely understand that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really excited. I hope they have some wild ideas in that regard. Kart racing, not what I expected, but, that's something.
Right.
That is kind of in line with what I'm thinking.
And then the last thing was they just showed a bunch of Deathloop footy. Nothing really new, but that game still looks really slick. And that'll be PS5 and PC September 14th. And then the last bit here is about Assassin's Creed. They are saying they want to turn Assassin's Creed into a live service type game. Yeah, Jason Schreier reported on this on Bloomberg. said that the internal codename is Assassin's Creed Infinity, and there will be quote an online platform that evolves over time. It says Infinity will contain multiple settings with room to expand to others in the months and years following its debut. Individual games on the platform may look and feel different, but they will all be connected. So I guess they're gonna like basically just have like a hub where they'll release Assassin's Creed games and just be like, yeah, here's like this thing where you can download this new thing and just play this game.
I think they figured it out is what happened. Assassin's Creed was like, you know what? We're out of historical events to dig through. You know what's never ending? That's right, the present.
Yeah.
The newest history is infinite history. Assassin's Creed Infinite is in the present and it's always updating.
Yeah.
If there's nothing more horrifying than that, I don't know what it is.
So Ubisoft has merged their Montreal and Quebec teams to just, all hunker down and work on Infinity.
How scary would it be to work on a game called Infinity?
Yeah, that's that. Oh. I mean, you'll probably. I mean, in a way, that's probably a little good for like job security. It's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna work on it's like I'm gonna work on Assassin's Creed forever, and then I'm gonna work on Assassin's Creed forever.
Yeah, good for job security.
Yeah.
Can't take that from them.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I mean, yeah. I Ubisoft is still a real fucked up, wild place to work. It sounds like in good and very bad ways. It sounds like it is a real time to work there. But hopefully, having that job security where you're not just going to be rotated out, hopefully that will help a bit. Right. How do you feel about going on to questions now?
I feel great about it. I mean, even the state of play went great. It sounds like from I've never heard Sony putting on such a good show.
Yeah.
Usually they're like, oh, well, you announced things that this is the 7th time you've announced. What was it? Last of Us 2.
Yeah, that went on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
No, they've got a bunch of new stuff in there. That was exciting, and that's cool. Assassin's Creed, that sounds horrifying in a existential kind of way, but cool in a fun Assassin's Creed business kind of way.
Yeah. Took the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah. That's Assassin's Creed in a nutshell right there.
Yeah. All right, well, if you want to send in a question, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. You'll sound like these folks right here. FTWOBR2000 has asked.
Oh, BR?
Yeah.
What up, BR?
Have you guys listened to any good music lately? If so, do you have any recommendations? I don't really listen to music, so no.
Y'all, I listened to one song that came in my brain out of nowhere from the dang old Sackboy game. I'm forgetting the name of it. What's that game that Sackboy's in?
Little Big Planet?
PS3. Thank you. I heard the Little Big Planet song, and it sent me for an entire ride. Just spent the rest of the night listening to the Little Big Planet, the songs that were on Little Big Planet, going through the Go Team and going through. The song that got me was Volvera Comenzar, which is like a 7.5 minute song, and I just went down the entire playlist of all those songs, and it was like, oh dang, this soundtrack rules. Oh, also when I was playing Yakuza, I was just standing outside of a bar at one point, and they started playing the Silver the Hedgehog song. They started playing that
His World?
Absolution.
Or no?
No, Absolution. His
okay.
Silver's song specifically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not as in tune with Sonic the Hedgehog song lore. I apologize.
It was just very cool to be standing in a bar in Japan while jamming out to Absolution, being like, "Oh, this song whips." I don't know if you know, but this that song specifically got a the person who made it did a remake of it like 2 years ago and added a music video so that he could like maintain the rights of having that song. And the new version's also cool. And that guy is very, very talented.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's see here. Yeah, I'm sorry for not having an answer. I don't listen to music. I know that sounds fucking insane, but I don't. I mean, I do, but like, I just put on my Spotify liked playlist and I don't fucking pay attention to it. It's just kind of on sometimes. So don't ask me. I'm sorry.
I literally, most of my listening comes from Radio Chooch, in the back channel from Chooch's Discord.
Mm.
And because, gosh, there's so many people who know music so much better than me.
Yeah.
Like BR, who posted this question, put on Telepop Music's Breathe, and I was like, yeah.
Sure.
That song's extremely good.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there. Let's see here. Melissa sent in a question. Melissa asks, if you could learn any fighting style or type of magic from a game, what would you pick and why? Also, what would be the first thing you would do with your new power?
Ooh.
If I had telekinesis, I would use it to clean out my body of all the toxic poop, like they say you have on those YouTube ads.
Oh, get the YouTube toxic poop out of you.
YouTube toxic poop. I don't know if that's real, but I'd try to figure it out. I'd just be like, all right, there's got to be. I mean, I might accidentally end up like disemboweling myself, but whatever, that's fine.
It's part of the point. You want the bowels, you want them out of you.
You want them out. Yeah, you're done. See how it goes.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Why the hell was that the first thing that I thought of? What the fuck?
You wanted to get all the gunk out.
I want to feel clean.
I just want to feel clean. And my best way, with all of the magic of the open-ended question, the best magic way to do this, telekinesis.
Telekinesis, getting rid of the poop inside of me. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm fucking off the shits. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You want a manual override on your body.
Solon, what's your answer?
So, I've been playing all the Yakuza games, lots of different fighting styles, and the one that impressed me the most is I think his name's Akiyumi.
Akiyama.
Akiyama, thank you. And he's got this kick-based fighting style that is very cool. And it feels like
he whips ass.
Anytime you hit a button, it's a good button because he's using his legs.
Oh yeah.
And you know how your sensitive parts of your body are all up on like your torso and your head. You know what's not over there? Your legs, your feet. And no, anytime someone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you," they don't want to use their feet because they're scared because that's where their balance comes from. But you don't need balance. Why do you need that?
No.
You could kick people. If you kick them before they can punch you because your legs are longer than their dinky little arms with fists attached, you win. That's just, you win the neutrals every time.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
So that's the fighting style. I don't know. There's probably a very specific name for it, but Akiyama's fighting style in Yakuza is sick. It's cool. And if I weren't doing that, it would probably be, hey, you ever play... You've played Soul Calibur, right?
Yes.
Because I grew up and always wanted to be Voldo. I wanted to do those moves. I would do those little wiggles.
You want to have knives on your hands and feet that you could just like stand on them like your tippy toes and then do crazy like hip thrust
I have
shit.
no idea how that works. But I do love that he does the worm and he slaps you with knives with doing the worm. That one's I'm just remembering like the wheel attack that he does and how he does the like it was the crab walk where he does the like hump in the air.
Yeah.
And that's like a launcher that you can use to combo into itself a bunch.
You basically want to be you basically want to be a more violent Scotty 2 Hottie.
That's exactly who Voldo is.
Yeah.
It's just BDSM Scotty 2 Hottie.
Dangerous BDSM Scotty 2 Hottie. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wheels sent in a question. Wheels, also congratulations again, Wheels, for getting up on that Arknights stuff again.
Oh yeah, another one just dropped, right?
Another one dropped.
Yes.
I don't understand the joke, but
no, I have no idea what happens at that. But
it's cool looking.
So good.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, Wheels. Wheels asks, what is the funniest thing Travis Touchdown could be wearing in the next No More Heroes 3 gameplay screenshot? So, I'm going to explain this. There was a recent screenshot of Travis Touchdown where he was wearing a fuck racism hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hoodie just said fuck racism, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely agree with the sentiment there, but it is extremely funny to see Travis Touchdown wearing a fuck racism hoodie. Like, I think Chip Cheesem explained it best that Travis Touchdown would get pissed off about racism because he saw racist comments under a porn video that he watched. Like, that would be what incites him to wear a fuck racism hoodie. It is very much like he's got his heart in the right place, but he absolutely got there through some extremely stupid way. Right. You know, like that is the Travis Touchdown way. Which I also found out that the store where you could buy that specific hoodie in real life is also the place where you could buy the flip-flops where one shoots as fuck and the other one says racism. So it's extremely hilarious if you lose one of them. No matter what, someone's going to find it and be like, what the hell? So what would be a funny thing for Travis Touchdown to wear in a screenshot? What would be something that is funny? Because, you know, we can't just be like, oh, the Ahegao sweater, because, like, yeah, he would just wear that. That's not
already
funny.
in.
Yeah, that's not funny. That's just how it is.
So here's, if we're just going to do like a text replacement, the next funny, like, fuck racism is powerful, but I also want something funny to go along with it, right? Mm-hmm. That really just proves the point that Travis can say and do whatever he wants. He has full control over his domain, and no one could stop him. Right. Next thing on the sweatshirt, it just says cum shot in the same text and same font, except the U is an asterisk. It's censored. He censored his own because he's like, I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah,
gonna just float it out there and see how it looks.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I think that Travis Touchdown needs to have some form of fishing shirt, like a MILF man I love fishing shirt.
Yes.
Like I'm only saying morning because if it was a good morning, I'd be fishing. One of those. Women want me, fish fear me. I think
cannot describe my relationship between men with women and fish.
Exactly. Yeah. There's many different permutations, and I think all of them are valid. I think Travis Touchdown needs some form of a fishing shirt or a hat. I mean, but he's not a hat guy. You know, he doesn't want to cover up the faux hawk. So I think it would have to be a shirt.
The only thing is, I can only accept that if there is a fishing minigame, which I really hope there is.
There should be. I could see Travis, especially now that he's like what, like mid-30s now. I think like late 30s. I could see him getting real into fishing.
He can have respect for the fishing minigame. It's time.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It couldn't have showed up in the last two, not in any way, because he was, punk kid, doesn't have no respect for fish or their domain.
I mean, he in Travis Strikes Again, he was out there like living out of that camper, but he had to go fishing to get some food sometimes. I could see him doing that.
As
maybe
far as I know, he's very afraid of water. I don't think there's any parts where he doesn't touch water and immediately spawn somewhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean,
does Travis Touchdown know how to swim?
I would say no. I don't think so.
He might not know how to swim.
He does. I mean, he barely knows how to get into a bathtub. So I don't. Yeah.
He turns on the bathtub and he goes, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, he would absolutely drown in his bathtub, just like not understanding how that works. I mean, maybe we could just like kind of, if he doesn't go fishing, we could kind of like copy and paste some stuff in there. Like maybe it could be like, I'd rather be mowing, that kind of thing. Because he's doing the mowing minigame that's back. So oh god, yeah. Oh,
what if it was just a sweatshirt of him with himself on his own sweatshirt mowing his?
Yeah, it could be like him drawn over like the boomer feels guy with the Monster Energy, like mowing the lawn, and then like Shinobu would be in the bed, like getting woken up by him mowing the lawn. Maybe that's what I would think. Like she's like pissed in the like trying to sleep in.
Merch.
Yeah,
We've
there you
got
go.
This for you.
I mean, honestly, whenever I think about shirts from No More Heroes, I just think about how fucking pissed I am that I don't know where to buy a goddamn superhero shirt that Suda is always wearing in the like trailers and shit now. I want that shirt so bad. Ugh, Suda, let me buy it, please. Or just like if there's like gonna be a special edition or something, let me get it, please. I want it so bad. I am gonna like. I'm gonna have to send an email. I'm gonna be like, listen, can I just like send you a check for like $25 and you could figure this out for me? Like, I'm just gonna have to figure this out.
$25. Gonna have to commission this
plus shipping.
From
all right, plus shipping. Mm-hmm. I'll do that too. All right, I'll send like 27, 28. We'll figure it out.
There
all
you
right.
go.
Yeah. All right. Last question. Anonymous asks, if speedruns were desserts, which speedrun would taste the best?
Oh, GDQ has been happening this week.
GDQ, yeah. I haven't watched any of it. I think GDQ has kind of fallen out of my rotation.
Yeah? I mean, it's still not in person, and there's still something that I miss from that very much when I watch the current stuff. Mm-hmm. And but I did watch Nintendogs. They did a Nintendogs run. Mm-hmm. And that was extremely special because you know how to avoid input time? That's right, using the DS's microphone. Mm-hmm. You have to program the dog's commands into the game, so it's a very fascinating speedrun. But which dessert, or which speedrun tastes the best if speedruns are dessert? Love this question.
I mean, I enjoy just a good old-fashioned like vanilla cake, vanilla frosting, all that stuff. And you know what I would say is that would be like Mario 64, I think would be like that, like a really basic thing, but still really tasty. Yep. I'd say that.
I've got this image in my head of like a big sundae in a bowl with whipped cream all up it. Mm-hmm. And that's like representing my relationship with the Sonic speedruns.
Ooh.
Like the old Sonic speedruns, and you like stick your spoon in to take a bite, but the top half of your sundae is already doing the frame skip where it's moved the top half all the way to the side of the screen and is skipping the entire level. and so you can't quite reach it. It's just out of frame of your existence. It tastes like not running at all.
Mm. I agree. Spyro. What would Spyro speedrun taste like? Like a fucking...
Like those coconut macaroons.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? That's
with
a
a little
one.
caramel on it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything in those runs. You get out of bounds. You've got routing. You got some negotiating of the resources that you got to grab.
You gotta deal with fucking... You gotta deal with fucking money bags.
Money bags.
Fucking money bags.
Fucking money. That's money bags. Fuck that guy. He knows what he did.
Well, there you go. I think that ought to do it. Solon, thank you so much for joining me for the show. It was a lovely time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime.
Oh, I just realized. You know what speedrun would taste the best? A
Which?
speedrun you share with a friend.
Aw. That's true.
Because they just had a multiplayer speedrun of Pokemon Black and White.
Oh yeah, it was
where it was two
a
people
race
against each other.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It was
One
made
player.
better by them two having a good time. It went all the way down to the very last fight. The race was awesome.
That is cool. I gotta play the other Pokemon games that I bought all those games off my roommate. I gotta play more of that shit. Fucking.
Yep, you've got a backlog now.
I got that backlog.
Just
I got
for Pokemon.
I mean, I played through I played through Pearl, so I don't gotta stress too much about that because then I can play the remake and like compare it properly. But I wanna. I got fucking like I think I have Black and White 2. I have Black 1, White 2. So I should play through those. Those are the fucking
incredible.
Those are the killer ones.
They're so good.
Gen 5 is so good. The only thing I don't want to deal with is HMs, which that's the only bad part. But whatever. But thank you so much for listening, everybody. Please support us. Go to videogamechewchew.com, where we have all kinds of stuff getting posted on there. Let me see what the latest
I put out a video.
You did. Solon, let me tell you, I am not just saying this as the proprietor of this website. I am just saying this as someone who likes cool videos. That was a really good video. I thought that you talked about that game very smartly. Do you want to talk about the video a little bit?
I mean, so from the behind the scenes in making this, because it was a shorter video than what I had been making up to this point, I put a lot of effort into researching both, what are the trends in literature right now? What are kids reading? And where it helped me identify like where World's End Club comes from, which is the game that we reviewed. And the important part for me was I took World's End Club extremely seriously, and probably more than most, because, and this comes back to the beginning of the podcast, that's a backbone of Chooch, is Danganronpa. It's the work of Kodaka and Uchikoshi. Like, we all love that stuff here. That's the stuff that we really vibe with and connect with, that brings us all together is Danganronpa. And so when I saw this game that looks like it and looks like they're playing off expectations of Danganronpa, but then subverts that directly, I was like, so are you subverting it to be a little cheeky jerk, or do you have a point here? And I found the point. And the point was, hey, it's the Goonies. They wanted and I found this out. I look it up online. I'm like, wait. There's like interviews with Patrick Klepek, interviewing them, being like, trying to be like, oh, you're making this kids adventure. This is cool. And he tries to compare it to one thing, and like Kodaka like dismisses it outright and is like, no, it's the Goonies. We're trying to be the Goonies. And I don't think Klepek picked up on that quite as viscerally as the game itself is. It's very much like, hey, these kids are on a really big adventure trying to find themselves without adults. There's no adults here. They got to do it on their own. And no, it was way more rewarding than I thought it would be. But also, it's not a game I can wholly immediately recommend. And so making that like review was extremely important for figuring out how my relationship with the game is. And so it was exciting. It was cool. And I hope people really liked the video and learn a lot from it, because I tried to do that Uchikoshi thing like they do in Somnium Files and 999, where you have to learn something in order to get the information you need.
Yeah.
You got to know your prosopagnosia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun.
Franny also wrote up a Biomutant review, so if you're interested in that particular number, you can check that review out and see how Franny felt about that.
And that review is so good.
It's very extensive. She did a great job.
Franny, like, you can read on the page what Fran's relationship with the game is as it went on, because Franny took her time on reviewing this game, because Biomutant's a pretty big game, and it's not immediately accessible, is how I would fairly describe it. And Franny goes into that and so much more as she, like, develops a relationship with the game that starts to, like, make sense to her. She finds where it works within her schema and what parts the game actually, like, tries to put out to that, and how it succeeds and fails. It's a very cool review.
Yeah.
We got more coming too. I know what's coming down the pipe, and we got folks that are really putting their all into these reviews. You made a review too.
Oh yeah, I did. I did Pokemon Snap. I wrote up a Pokemon Snap review. That's right.
Yep.
If you want to check that out.
And it also, you're wearing on your sleeve that game in that review.
It was good. I liked that game.
Yep.
I liked it. Go on to videogamechoochoo.com if you want to read all that stuff. We did a lot of writing recently, so that is exciting. We're for Twitter at VGChoochoo if you want to keep up with us. We also have our Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com, facebook.com/videogamechoochoo. Look us up on YouTube, Video Game Choo Choo on there. You know, Solon posts those videos up on there if you want to subscribe. Whoever Twitch, twitch.tv/VGChoochoo. We haven't streamed anything recently, but that might change. Or it might
That's
not.
not true. That actually,
It's not true?
Scott streamed Spaceman. Did you see the Spaceman game that Scott streamed on Chooch?
I think that was hosted on the Chooch Twitch, but I think Scott was doing it somewhere else.
I was watching it on the Chooch. Either way, the Chooch stream was full of content.
Yeah. So I apologize. I guess that was inaccurate. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/VGCC. You can just give us $3 a month. You get all of our stuff on there a whole week early. We have Unlimited Railworks, which is our anime podcast. We're all caught up with that. Thank fucking God. We had to do like 2 episodes in a row. It was a lot. But we're caught up. And we also have write-ups. Solon, you do your like note-taking for when you're reviewing a game. And Elvie has taken it upon herself to do write-ups when she's watching an anime. She didn't do it for this recent one. She didn't do it for Redline because it was just like a movie. But I guess she's going to do it for the next show we're going to watch. I guess I could spoil it because next time that we're doing an episode is going to be the 69th episode. That will be when we watch we're going to watch a show together. That'll be the next time. So we decided the best course of action, because we are not going to watch a hentai. We decided that the best course of action would be to watch Panty and Stocking. So that's what we're going to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you want to hang out with us, it is thegamezone.zone. You type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on there every single day. I would say that the Chooch Discord is one of the most reasonable Discords to be in. That is like a large one. Like,
put that on the banner. This Discord is reasonable.
No, I mean just like for as much as often people are posting in there, you know, like there's a good amount of people in there, but it's not crazy. You're not going to be like spammed by notifications if you keep notifications on for there. You know, you can hang out in there. It's chill. It's normal. It's fine. You know,
it is.
I think it's a good place to be. So check it out if you want to have there. Please, you know, like I said, I get it. I know there's a lot of people in there, but I would say it's a nice, tight-knit community. So if you do want to find a chill place to hang out, I think the Chooch Discord server is a good place to go. And
You
finally,
deserve to treat yourself. Someone just posted a cat named Baja Blast to the channel, and I'm happy now.
there you go. And of course, I want to thank Melt Channel / Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to more of their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. And Solon, where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me at Solonface. That's my name, SOLONFACE. And you can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, on wherever you want to find me. I'm there, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all those places and more.
Cool. You can find me at JOHN_MICHONSKI. That'll be me on Twitter. And thank you, everyone. I won't be back next week. I'm on vacation. But the Video Game Choo Choo podcast will be back next week with another episode. Thank you so much for listening. So long.